at the Gqeberha counting center, which is capturing all the VDs coming from the Nelson Mandela Bay region. Now, as far as we know, they are almost at 80% of capturing all the voting districts, but it seems as though there might just be an issue here which could affect the numbers. There's a possible recount here, Michelle, that has happened. Just to remind you what happened last night, we were alerted by the UDM telling us that they were called in the meeting by the IEC in the region, telling them that there could be possible discrepancies with the ballot papers, not the ballot paper, but rather the result slips that were, supplied by the IEC or brought forward actually from the voting stations or the voting districts, talking about the national and the regional. There's a mix-up between the two where they found that the national result slips were put into erroneously put into the boxes for the regional result slips. So we're going to talk to the UDM about that possible recount that they're looking at, which could change the numbers, not just only in the Nelson Mandela Bay, but also in the provinces. We know that this particular region is a hotly contested region in the Eastern Cape. I think let's talk now to Bobotyane, who is the regional secretary, rather. Now, Bulelani, tell us about the way forward, because we had spoken earlier on regarding this issue that was brought forward by the IEC. A meeting took place, I believe, earlier on in the day. What was the way forward?
All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Sipha, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. With regards to the meeting we had today, there was nothing new that we discussed in that meeting that we didn't talk about yesterday. Now, what we're insisting on as the UDM, we're insisting on a recount, because we cannot just swap results from the national to the region and vice versa. We need to be 100% sure of what we're doing, and we entrust IEC for 100% proper administration. So we're insisting on a recount there, which is what we asked yesterday. But the regional manager said he cannot grant us those permission because he doesn't have powers to do that. But we're insisting on getting the recount, on doing the recount.
Now, we do believe there are other political parties that are also requesting a recount from that particular, or those problematic voting districts. Which other ones have you met with to consolidate a plan?
In fact, in the meeting yesterday, it was quite a number of political parties, the EFF, the Action SA, the ATM, and as well as ANC was also part of the meeting, and the DA. So we were all together in the same meeting. So we all don't understand how could this have happened. Hence, we're insisting on getting a recount and make sure that the voters' final decisions are understood and taken care of.
All right, thank you so much. That's Bulelani from the UDM, of course, telling us the way forward for the UDM is requesting a recount here for those particular VDs, although we're not confirmed how many of those voting districts would require a revote. But just looking at these numbers here and how they could actually affect the outcome, Michelle, looking at while nationally, rather provincially, the ANC is leading with that comfortable 65.85%. In this Nelson Mandela Bay, the Democratic Alliance is leading with 37.81%. But however, the ANC is closely following the Democratic Alliance with 36.50%. And then you have the EFF coming in at 10%. And of course, everyone's surprised Patriotic Alliance there at 7.56%. But the UDM, looking at them, are not doing particularly well as they used to doing in the Nelson Mandela Bay, or rather even in the province, because as everyone knows that the Eastern Cape is their stronghold. Here in the Nelson Mandela Bay, they're looking at 0.72%. So those numbers probably could change once a recount has been confirmed or approved by the IEC. But we do believe that several of the political parties, the DA, MK, ANC, they're all part of those parties that are calling for a recount here with those particular voting districts. Michelle.